Marriage is a partnership. It's not supposed to be a burden. Family is supposed to be a place where everybody is happy. So it's important that you learn to communicate your expectations. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new to this channel, welcome. It's so good to have you here. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning in once again. In this video, I'll be talking about balancing roles and responsibility within the home in order to have a peaceful and an organized home and family. My name is Olufumi Odumuagun and I am a homemaking enthusiast, and I share different types of homemaking contents that can change the trajectory of your home for good. So this month of February, we're talking about holistic wellness and balance within the home. And balancing roles and responsibilities within the home is one of the ways to maintain wellness and balance. So the first point I'll be sharing in understanding how to balance roles and responsibilities is learn to communicate effectively and openly about traditional roles and expectations in the home. Marriage is a partnership. It's not supposed to be a burden. Family is supposed to be a place where everybody is happy. So it's important that you learn to communicate your expectations. People come from different backgrounds and have different expectations. In some families, people expect that women cook, do the dishes, and take care of the kitchen, babies, and men pay all the bills. It's important that you speak with your spouse and communicate clearly on your own expectation and have them also communicate on their own expectations. When this communication is done properly and effectively, it's usually easier to come to a middle ground, to be able to know what each person is supposed to do and what is expected of them. We live in a world where women work as much as men do, and sometimes men might even love to do household chores like cooking. So if you know that you're not able to do some of the things that your husband or your wife expects of you, communicate clearly what you expect and come to a middle ground. For example, if you're a woman, so many cultures expect that women cook. If you know that you don't know how to cook as a woman, it's important to tell your spouse as early as possible and come to a middle ground. Have communication about how you intend to manage this, and you will find out that communicating openly and effectively would really go a long way in helping you to balance roles and expectations. The second point I will share is learn to share responsibility with your spouse and be effective. Household tasks should be assigned based on availability and ability. Don't just say that, oh, women do this, men do this. Sometimes the woman in the house might not be available to do it, and the man is at that point available to do some of those things. For example, even with paying bills, sometimes the man might not have the ability to pay all the bills and the woman has the finances, has the ability. Then you should be flexible and share roles and responsibilities with each other. Another point under this is be sensitive enough to know when your spouse needs help. Sometimes there are roles assigned to each person already. Let's assume that you have communicated properly and this person does this, you do that. But be sensitive enough to know when the other person needs help. Be sensitive enough to know when your wife is overwhelmed if you're a man and offer assistance. As a woman, be sensitive enough to know when the bills are becoming too much and you know when to offer assistance. Don't just be rigid about your roles and responsibility. Learn to be flexible. Another point is to learn how to communicate continuously about changing needs, because sometimes the dynamics of the home change, people change jobs, people have deadlines. It's important that you learn to communicate continuously about changing needs. And one of the ways to ensure that continuous conversations happen in the home is to create time for bonding, family time, and conversations with your spouse and your children, so that you can know where each person is and how you can come in or how they can come in to help you. The third point I will share is prioritize tasks and plan wisely. Don't just do everything every day anyhow you want it. Learn to understand what is important per time and ask yourself, what do I want to do daily? What are things that can be left to be done weekly? Or what are things that we do in the house monthly? For example, when do you pay your bills? Do you pay your bills weekly? Do you pay them monthly? Do you pay them yearly? It's important that you plan wisely. Planning wisely will help you to avert a lot of issues that come with sharing roles and responsibilities in the home. Planning wisely will also help you to know when to help your spouse, when to come in, when they are too busy, and when you need to offer them support. Planning wisely will help you to incorporate their own roles and responsibility into yours and know when to help. Also, planning wisely will help you to prioritize your task and know what is more important. Sometimes you can't make all your to-dos every time, like you can't tick everything, but what's most important? If you don't plan properly, you won't even know what to prioritize and what you can do later. The fourth point in balancing roles and responsibilities: include everyone in the home, including children and long-staying visitors. I would say nobody is immune to responsibility. So if you have children from 2 upwards, assign tasks to them daily. Toddlers are able to set tables if you teach them to. They are able to pick their toys. They are able to do 1 or 2 things. And this goes on and on for different children of different ages. Identify what your children are able to do and have them take responsibility within the home. This will help everybody to be responsible and help to maintain balance within the home. Also, if you have long-staying visitors, have them take responsibilities in the home. The fifth point I will say is learn to set healthy boundaries in the home. And what I will say is, first of all, don't let your home be a place where every time, every day is chores and chores. I've been to places where when you go there, there is no rest. There is just always one thing or the other that you keep doing. Don't let your home be like that. Create time for rest, create time for bonding with family. Don't try to do everything. It's okay if sometimes you don't do everything on your to-do list. Extend grace to yourself and make sure that you create time for rest and family bonding. Also, if you have people visiting or staying with you, like extended family members, in-laws, relatives, friends, families, it's important that you communicate the boundaries in your home with them. Let them know your expectations. If you want them to do dishes after eating, tell them what you expect of them, because most times we blame our visitors when we have not properly communicated what we expect or the roles that we want them to do. So if you would like to assign tasks to them, let them know what they are supposed to do. And sometimes we have visitors that come around and make a mess of your routines. Communicating properly would help them to know where they should not cross, things they should not do, how they should not make a mess of the home, or whatever expectation you have with them. I hope that this has been helpful. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, and like this video too and share with other people. Thank you so much for watching and have an amazing time. Bye.